Hello, I'm Jashikins, and welcome to another episode of Jash Reads. Today, we will be continuing with Animorphs number 4, The Message by K.A. Applegate. I was falling into the sea. Splash! I hit the water, but still I fell. Down and down and down through blue-green settling layers of water. I'm here! A voice called to me. I am here. I cannot survive much longer. If you hear me, come. If you hear me, come. Suddenly I opened my eyes. I stared up at Jake's concerned face. Glancing across the room, I saw Rachel with the telephone to her ear, preparing to dial. She's awake, Jake said. I'd better still call an ambulance, Rachel said. No, Marco snapped. Not unless we know she's hurt. It's too big a risk. Rachel's eyes flared the way they do when someone tells her something she doesn't want to hear. I'm calling 911, she said tersely. No, Rachel, I'm okay, I said. I sat up. My head felt woozy, but I was all right. Rachel hesitated, her fingers just above the keypad. What about Tobias? I looked around the room and saw Tobias spread out on the floor, one wing crumpled beneath him. He looked dead. I jumped up and ran to him. Rachel, Cassie seems okay, and 911 can't help Tobias, Jake said. Rachel replaced the receiver and ran over to Tobias. He's not dead, I said. I could feel him breathing. Then, just as suddenly as I had, he woke up, his enormous brown hawk's eyes open, instantly fierce. His first reaction was pure hawk. He hopped up and flared. Hawks flare just the way cats do when they're trying to intimidate someone. They hunch their shoulders and fluff up their feathers to make themselves appear bigger than they are. Everybody stand still, I said quickly. It's okay, Tobias. You were just out for a minute there. He quickly gained control over the hawk instincts. That was strange, he said. It happened to me, too, I said. I passed out, and then I had the dream again. Only this time I could hear an actual voice, or at least I heard thought speech. Me too, Tobias confirmed. Okay, now this is getting weird, Rachel said, because at the same time I thought I kind of felt something. Yeah, Jake agreed. Marco nodded. I know this sounds crazy, but it's like someone is sending out a distress signal, like they're calling for help. Only this someone is in the water, or under the water, or something, I said. Seeing that video, seeing that writing, it was like suddenly the message grew stronger. Or it may have just been a coincidence, Jake said. This isn't a dream. I don't know what it is, but it isn't a dream. Even I halfway saw something. This is some kind of communication. Well, this is all very interesting, Marcus said. But so what? I mean, are we getting some kind of psychic message from the Little Mermaid? What are we supposed to do about it? Jake looked closely at me. Cassie, was the voice in your dream a human voice? I was startled by the question. I hadn't really thought about it. I actually laughed. When you asked me, the first thing that popped into my head was no, it isn't human. I laughed again. But that doesn't make any sense. It's not human, Tobias said suddenly. I understand the meaning of what it's saying, but it's not human. It's not speaking in words, really. So, what is it? Rachel asked. Yerk? I let my mind drift back to the dream. I tried to hear the sound in my head again. No, not Yerk. It reminds me of something. Of someone. The Andalite. Tobias blurted. I snapped my fingers. Yes, that's it. It reminds me of the Andalite. When he first thought spoke to us. That's what it's like. The Andalite. Marco muttered. He looked away. I knew he was remembering. We all were. We had been walking home from the mall at night, walking through a big abandoned construction site, when the Andalite ship had appeared above us. It landed, and out came the Andalite prince, fatally wounded in a battle with the Yeerks somewhere in space. He was the one who had warned us of the Yeerks, the parasite species that inhabited the brains of other creatures and enslaved them, making them controllers. It was the Andalite who had warned us, and who, in desperation, had given us the great and terrible weapon, the power to morph. We had been hiding, cringing in terror, when the Yeerks caught up with the Andalite. When Visher 3 himself, the Yeerk leader, had murdered him. I shuddered at the terrible memory of the Andalite's last, despairing cry. Yes, I whispered. Tobias is right. It's an Andalite. That's who is calling us from the sea. An Andalite. For a few minutes, no one said anything. Then Rachel said, "He died trying to save us." She looked defiantly at Marco. I know that doesn't mean anything to you, but the Andalite died trying to save Earth. Marco nodded. I know. And you're wrong, Rachel. That means plenty to me. Yeah? Well, if there's some Andalite calling for help, I'm going to try and help him, Rachel said. I looked over at Jake, and we shared this look like, oh, big surprise! Rachel is ready to go! I hid my smile, and Jake kept a straight face. Tobias? Jake asked. What do you say? I don't know if I should have a vote. I'm the one person here who isn't going to be much help dealing with water. Besides, you guys all know how I'd vote. Of all of us, it was Tobias who had stayed longest at the Andalite's side, even as the Andalite ordered him to get to safety. Something really deep had gone on between the Andalite prince and Tobias. It was my turn. I can't just ignore someone crying out for help, if that's what this is. We all looked at Marco. I could see Rachel getting angry, like she was ready to jump all over Marco if, as usual, he disagreed. Marco just grinned. I really hate to do this. I really hate to disappoint you all. Then he grew serious. But I was there at the construction site, same as all of you. I was there when Visher 3... Suddenly, his voice choked. What I mean is, if there's an Andalite who needs my thing, yeah, I'm there. And that's it for chapter 4. And I fucked up in the last line. Who needs my thing? The actual line's, who needs anything? I would have said made some little quirk about that, but I don't know, that's a little too far into spoiler territory for me. I just... it's a lame-ass joke anyway, so don't fucking bother. I actually made the same mistake while practicing. It's like, my head's in one space and like trying to be serious and everything, but... Okay, so we got one of the visions. One of the dreams. I fucking love playing Marco, actually. He's one of the Animorphs that some people have said I'm like. You know, it's sort of fun playing him because I can play a little bit more of myself, actually. Just like, he uses humor as a coping mechanism, same as me. My favorite character is, as always, Tobias. But, you know, I sort of share Marco's humor at times. That's always fun. Yeah. So if you want to discuss this chapter with me, comment down below. Now, please remember, if you're going to comment, no major spoilers. Because I'm sort of hoping people that are unaware of Animorphs run across these videos, and so, you know, you don't want big spoilers. Just like, there's some things you need to experience firsthand for good and for bad. There's some really happy, fluffy spoilers, and then there's spoilers that are like just kill you, and you need to experience both. So, no major spoilers in the comment sections of this YouTube video. And if you do want to talk... Fuck. Sorry. You can't see this, but there's another little monitor over here. Computer stuff still being worked out. So I just nearly smacked that too hard. But anyways, if you do want to talk and more spoilers with me, and you're watching this on the YouTubes, link in the description to my Tumblr Ask Box, and you can ask me all manner of Animorphs spoilers. And if you're one of those people that have run across these videos, sort of have a loose idea of what Animorphs is, and you listen to this crappy dramatic reading, and you're like, yeah, I would actually like to check this book out. If you would like to buy the book and help support me, because I am just awesome. If you are watching this on the YouTubes, link in the description. If you are watching this on my bloggity blog, link under the video. And both links will take you to where you can buy your own copy of Animorphs number 4, The Message by K.A. Applegate. And I highly, highly suggest you do. Because it's awesome. And if for some fucking reason you watch this dramatic reading and you're like, hey, I want Jashikins to read my book or my fan fiction. I do Jash reads commissions. If you are watching this on the YouTubes, link in the description. And if you're watching this on my bloggity blog, link up above. Both links will take you to where you can see what I do, what I don't do, and my prices. And if you're watching this on the YouTubes, please like this video. Subscribe to my awesome YouTube channel where I do Animorphs dramatic readings, I do dramatic readings of my own stuff, and I do reviews here. Currently, I'm reading Eclipse, the third Twilight book, to get that review out ASAP. And if you're watching this on my bloggity blog and you are watching the desktop version, find where the fuck, this sidebar thingy-majig has gone and use the follow by email option. This option will send you notifications via email whenever I have a new awesome post out, and I only make awesome posts nowadays. Sort of. Fuck it. And I ask you to do this because in my day-to-day life, I don't get the love and respect I deserve, so I come to you, people of the interwebs, to help me out here. Okay. Now the real life segment. Sorry, like I had some real life segment coming out of it, and it's like, I'm just hungry. This fucking sucks. I was like... And again, the image of Popeye's fried chicken is coming to me. That shit's like crack. That is fucking awesome shit. Some days it becomes less of a want than other days. My need for Popeye's chicken comes, and I can't get it every time I want to. I'm trying to save money by, eating stuff at home. That's like, these tater tots are awesome. Just thinking about that chicken. Oh, God. It's awesome. God, okay. I was at a real life segment here, and then like, damn it, I can't get the food I want. And now, we are at the Well Wishes segment. Well Wishes segment is a segment where I say some well wishes, and then I drink. And you can join in one of two ways. The first way, you can send me in your own well wish. You do this by commenting below, and next episode, I read your well wish. And the other way you can participate is you can drink along with me. You can drink your favorite alcohol, liqueur, whatever the fuck's lying around. And if you don't drink alcohol for whatever reason, water, milk, tea, coffee, a shitload of other non-alcoholic beverages. No one sent any well wishes for this episode, so I'm making some shit up. First off, as always, I hope everyone is in good mental and physical condition. You don't need to deal with any fucking medical bullshit. I also hope that my three lovely parakeets really learn to adapt without having their flight feathers. Just... Lemon is sort of bad. She's staying in one perch, which she just uses to sleep, where if she's really fucking nervous, she'll go on there, and she's been on there a lot more often than normal, so I'm actually sort of worried about that. Loki is seeming to just be without flight feathers, though he's made some stumbles in the cage. Stumbles, I mean, he's like, okay, I'm going to do this thing, and falls to the bottom of the cage. Don't worry, he has enough fat to protect him. And Hopefully, few days we have nice clear weather so I can finally get to washing the cages again. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'd like them to have clean cages. I was going to clean them a few days ago, and it's just 1 week it was just full of depression. Then the next week it's just rain every day in the afternoon, so it's don't worry. By if in a short little bit, if it's, I might even wash it while it's the cages while it's raining, just because they need clean cages. I just don't like getting wet. I'm sort of like a cat in that manner. So yeah, it's just please give me a few clear days to wash the cages. Okay, and now the drinking. Oh God. It's funny, after the last video, I was, texting a friend, and he's just, we were commenting it like on, he's reading the reboot version of Animorphs #4, and I'm reading the original, which means there's a few differences, and some things were updated in the reboot. And apparently they called VHSs, apparently they were calling VHSs prehistoric technology, and we just, talked about that for a few minutes, because like we're not that fucking old. We're not that fucking old, we don't. It's like, yay. Cheers. Mm. Okay. Next, Jash reads will be more of Animorphs #4, The Message, and it will be released in an hour or two, maybe more. And, an hour or two, next chapter will be released. So, keep tuned to this channel until that video. So I need the views and the love and the attention. But anyways, the next Jash reads again will be more of Animorphs #4, The Message by K. Applegate, and it will air in an hour or two or a little bit more.